But I want to talk about parks. I want to talk about rides. I want to talk about food.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got my Magic Band that I pre-ordered is like the snack one because they were sold. I was going to get a Marvel one, but they were sold out.
I don't remember which one I ended up getting.
Churros and stuff. I think Stitch was available. I know you wanted that one.
Yeah, I was going for Stitch. I love Stitch. Stitch is, the Stitch ride's not there anymore. The Escape.
The Great Escape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, as sad as it is, he farts in that ride, and it is disgusting. That should not be allowed.
No, and that ride is scary. That's a scary ride.
Well,
if you're very little.
Well, because
I was scared the first time I went in there when it opened.
In captivity, Stitch is a very scary person.
Right.
You know what I mean? Until he finds his family and realizes...
Until he finds his Ohana.
Ohana, yeah, and realizes what life is all about.
Yeah.
His only purpose is to destroy planets,
This
literally.
is Elvis before this is Stitch before he heard Elvis.
Yeah. Like, he was created legitimately to just destroy planets.
Yeah. 626?
Yeah, 626. So, of course, he's going to, until somebody shows him a little TLC, he's going to go ape shit. But let's start with, I don't think we need to talk about Epcot, and that's no offense to Epcot. But
yeah,
the new Ratatouille ride will be opening in Epcot, just not yet, not till October. It's actually going to be done. It's like done this month.
Wow. Oh, cool.
But they can't open it until October.
I think that the one in... They have that same ride in Tokyo, I want to say.
No, I think it's France.
It might be Paris, yeah. And you can. I saw the videos online and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, they make... it's like
have
your
you
Ratatouille.
Ever seen the Tokyo, or it might be Shanghai, Disney Pirates of the Caribbean ride? Have you ever seen that?
I think I've seen parts of it in the Imagineers, that docuseries.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't know that I've ever watched a video of it.
It's fucking insane. It's like, I don't even know how to describe it.
But the difference between that is, and this is probably something that's going to come up a lot in this conversation, is Disney World Orlando has a nostalgia to it.
Absolutely.
Whereas when they're creating these new Disney parks throughout the world, they can make them however the fuck they want them.
It's the new Disney rides, it's spectacle over heart.
Yes.
Like the reason that the Snow White, that's not operation, but the reason the Winnie the Pooh ride is still going.
Wait, they took out the Snow White ride?
Well, it's the minecart.
Well, they had so the regular Snow White
regular
ride's
Snow
gone.
White dark ride is gone. But
that ride was a little creepy. You know how right at the beginning the gates open and the witch is there with the apple?
Yeah.
What's there?
You know what it might be? I think they might have extended the line for Peter Pan. Peter Pan ride, another example. But I've talked about the submechanophobia thing before. How I got into that is through learning about rides and stuff, just like watching videos on theme park rides. These types of rides are referred to as dark rides, and that term has been kind of extended into some weird stuff, but the very old school Disney rides, that's what they're kind of referred to as.
Because they only put light on
rides.
the things that they want you to see? Is that kind of the basis?
I think so, because you know how all those are kind of a little bit, they're illuminated in a really weird way.
Yeah.
It's almost like black light kind of.
Yeah, and there's only certain things that you can completely see.
Yeah.
But now that we talk about this, because I remember the phobia thing when we first had that conversation, and I was like, how do you even get across that? But I guess a lot of these rides kind of have really intense production stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's almost like a constant movie is being shot there.
Yeah.
So I guess I could see how that interests you. But back on track a little bit. So we're going to skip Epcot, except for I've never been able to drink around the world, and I do think that this is the time to do it. Finally, it's on. It's in the cards, right? Isn't that the plan?
Yep, that's the plan.
I don't know if I can get as drunk as I'm going to be on Disney property and be okay about it, but I'm going to do it.
Here's the thing. I know for a fact that when I start drinking at Epcot, I'm going to be yelling at everybody about National Treasure 3.
I'm on board with that.
So this is my idea, is that we go to Disney and we essentially accost every costumed person and be like, where's the script for National Treasure 3? Like, what's on, page 42 or whatever?
47?
47, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have to tell me twice.
And I think that when...
We should get that idea that we had in writing and bring it with us. Bring like 1,000 copies of it and just start passing them out to people.
Go on the Everest ride and just throw it off the
throw
top.
A whole stack off the top.
Of Splash Mountain. We got to go on Splash Mountain because they're switching that up. This is our last chance to do it.
Yeah. Switching Splash Mountain up again, but that's the one where I guess political correctness finally overcame nostalgia because Splash Mountain kind of had a dark history when it was first created, but they actually changed it since then. But they just took the name off of it and kind of left all the same animatronics.
Was it called? What was it called? Something else in the beginning?
Well, because the original ride is based off the movie Song of the South, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the ride told like that whole story start to finish, whereas it doesn't anymore. They kind of remade. Okay. I've never seen the movie, I guess.
Yeah.
But from my understanding, they like rebranded it a while back, like a long time ago, and just kind of moved all the animatronics around and made it Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
But now people are like, well, we still know what it is.
Yeah, it's still all those same characters and
stuff. Yeah, so that's on its way out. But where am I?
Talking rides, going through more rides.
Yeah.
Drunk at Epcot.
And then
that's where we left off.
I'm excited for Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
Because you got to do the Flight of the Passenger, right? That's the one's name.
Oh, the Avatar ride.
And then also the River Cruise of...
Yes, which you haven't been on
Never been on that one.
I'll tell you what, those two rides, I was there the year that Pandora Land, the Avatar Land opened, and it was so packed, we only had time to pick one, and we picked the Riverboat ride. If you can only go on one, you have to pick the other one.
Mm-hmm.
It's without a doubt the best ride I've ever been on. It's unbelievable. But the Riverboat ride, the animatronics on that ride, their movements are so fluid. It is
I remember
the pinnacle of that technology.
I remember seeing a video where they talked about how much those things cost. And it was pretty crazy. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to explain the other one, the Flight of the Passenger. I think that's what it's called.
Flight of Passenger? It's something like that, yeah.
It's hard to explain it because usually when you tell somebody like this is the coolest ride ever, like you assume it's a cool ride, but you don't assume it's what this ride is.
Yeah.
So it's hard, and you say that to somebody, and they're like, "Well, it's probably just still cool." It's not just a cool ride. It's kind of fucked up.
It is so fucked up. This is another thing that sounds kind of dumb to say, but it is an experience. But it is so intense, this ride. And it is fucked up because I literally, while we were on it, one, I feel like I was tearing up because it was so real. And two, at the end, I was like, how are they not having to drag people off of this ride? Because it is so good and so realistic that I have to imagine there are people that are like, no, I live in the Avatar world.
Yeah, I don't want to leave.
Yeah,
that's what my girlfriend's gonna do. She's gonna be like, "This
terrifying.
Is where I need to stay forever." Well, we kind of did see somebody get dragged off there.
Well, that was
shout out to the Golden Child.
Shout out to the Golden Child.
And then I mean, you got Mount Everest, great ride. That's really about it in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
And then you go to Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom is where you got to do everything. Yep. You have to do everything. You have to eat everywhere. You have to stay at that park for until they drag you out. Mm. And when you get home, you're going to feel like you want to die, but it will be the best of your life. The mountains. So you've got three mountains.
Yep. Space, Thunder Mountain, and Splash Mountain, of course.
And then there's the people again that are like, well, Thunder Mountain's kind of like a roller coaster for like designed for younger kids. Yeah, guess what? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right. We're bringing on our inner child here.
And it's really, I mean, and also it's kind of interesting because it was not originally designed for children. It's just that roller coasters are so much crazier now that's kind of what it's become.
Yeah, and
it's still really fun. And the fun thing about it now, though, is that we're both so tall that it feels like we're going to slam
die.
our heads into it.
Yeah, there should be instead of a height requirement, like if you're tall enough. But
some rides have
that's
that,
how I feel on Space Mountain.
Yeah, a lot of people feel that way.
And
because it's dark and there's
you
feel like there are things above you.
Well, there are, and they're there, but you can't see them. So I'm a big roller coaster guy. I don't like to put my hands up on Space Mountain because I really feel that it's not. I'm like a person of my size isn't meant to have their hands up on that ride.
A lot of people feel that way, but I've seen people taller than you put their hands up, and they still have both of them.
I don't believe that. I don't. And then, I mean, so we talked about the nostalgic stuff. I mean, you've got, same thing, you got Buzz Lightyear there.
Yeah, I love Buzz Lightyear. That's always the best.
Yeah. And then, dude, I can't even remember. I mean, you've got, teacups are a must. Teacups get violent in our family.
Teacups are crazy. I know we're talking about Disney. But the Universal Studios Orlando equivalent to the Teacups is in the Marvel area.
Oh,
it's called the X-Men Storm Force Accelerator. And it's fucking crazy.
I forgot about that. And people don't like to come on it with Andrew and I because we don't go on it for fun. No. We take it's a job when we get on that ride. We're like, we're going to fucking kill ourselves and it's going to be sick. We chug 3 monsters each, and we get on Storm Force Accelerator. I'm like, let's fucking go.
It's the teacups, but it feels like you can go faster because there are fans blasting air at you and strobe lights.
A lot of strobe lights.
It's so cool.
The number one ride that's not recommended for pregnant women.
And there's never a line.
There's never a line at the teacups either, though. I feel like. Depends on the time of day, though.
Usually the teacups aren't too bad, but the Storm Force Accelerator, it is literally just
We've stayed in the seats before.
They told us that because we had gone on a couple times already, and they were like, "You guys going on again?" We were like, "Yeah."
Just stay in there. Yeah, fucking unbelievable.
That ride is so that is sick.
I mean, and then. So then you go, so then the Little Mermaid ride is there now.
Yeah, I like that ride.
I like that ride. That's one where they almost recreated
they
that
take you
nostalgia.
right through the story.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's a new ride at Epcot actually. I think the Frozen ride is there now, and it's like that. It is one of those rides that takes
Didn't
you
know
like
they had
through
a ride.
Story.
We're gonna have to do that.
Yeah,
then.
we'll have to try it
because I do know that there's a big debate. I spend a lot of time on like Disney social, like not Disney social media accounts, but Disney. Yeah. Fan social media accounts, and people are mad that the movie Tangled only has a bathroom area. Do you know what I mean? It's right next to where the Little Mermaid and then what's it called? The dwarves,
the Beauty and the Beast area. Oh yeah,
no,
it's
the
right
dwarves
next to the
is there.
thing.
Yeah, it's and it's just a little bathroom.
That's a great point.
But they have cool shit over there too. It's very
cool.
They have
They got lanterns.
They have horse footprints. I don't know the name of the horse in that movie.
Me neither.
But they have a footprint, and it has it's like his horseshoe. You know what I mean? Yeah. It has his name on it. Little cool stuff. And then the Haunted Mansion, mandatory.
That is an absolute classic. That's a ride that I was afraid to go on, and you probably were when you were very young, but you got over your fear of it earlier than I did. I was still very nervous about it.
I definitely wouldn't be surprised if I've cried on that ride before, but then it turned in. But you know what? I used to love it. I used to be like, we need to go on the Haunted Mansion, but I would get severe anxiety in line for it. Like this could be bad.
It starts to become more real.
No, but I always, as a child, I wasn't afraid of it because of ghosts. I always thought it was like more roller coastery than it is when it's really just a slow cruise.
It's incredible.
Because you know how there is a lot of going up and down.
There's that one part when you
spin backwards.
You spin backwards and then you leave. Like this. Yeah. You leave the inside of the mansion via the attic to the graveyard outside. Yeah. And it tilts you back, and that's another tall thing is the doom buggies that you sit in during that ride. The hood on them is curved so much that it hurts.
Not good for your neck.
Look, Haunted Mansion. Do you have any idea? Like, I don't know if you know this. Disney is kind of a big place for like people to fool around. Do you have any idea how many hand jobs per day are given on the Haunted Mansion ride?
What is this statistic based off of?
There's a book called The Dark Side of Disney, which we kind of, which I found because we talked about like if they were to do like a.
That exists. I mean.
Yeah, but
it's not as cool as it should be.
It's not as no, it's not like what we talked about. It's basically just what I'm
jobs?
saying now. It's basically a hand job.
What rides give the most hand jobs are given out on?
Yeah, Buzz Lightyear you probably do too.
I don't know why you give out hand jobs on Buzz Lightyear when you're supposed to be shooting shit.
Well,
if you don't care about your score, then yeah. But if you don't, see, here's the thing though.
Mm-hmm.
I suck at the Buzz Lightyear ride. I will fully admit. And the last time I went on it, I know I'm not good at it because the last time I went on it, I quit halfway through because that's my mentality. Is if I'm not going to win, why do I play?
Terrible mentality, by the way.
But I'm going, and you're fucking good at it.
I'm the best in the biz.
So going into it this year,
level.
I'm gonna really try. Can we talk a little strategy, or are you not share your secrets?
No, I mean I'm sure certainly ready to go.
So, are you a big aimer at the high point ones?
Here's the thing you need to know about the Buzz Lightyear ride, and this is where I'm gonna do a little chest thumping here, okay, folks. My visual observation skills are unparalleled. So the thing about the Buzz Lightyear ride is you don't get points for something very high up necessarily, but you get ones that are like behind things and hard to hit.
No, I know which ones are more.
They're not even. Well, it's hard to see them, frankly. So you have to be on the lookout. You know, if somebody's shooting like. The alien right there, like Zurg or whatever.
5 points, 10 points.
You have to go like behind Zurg's head, and there's like a thing.
Yeah, I know. That's the big. There's a big one, and there's also a few big ones when you're in the spinny tunnel.
The spinny tunnel is as soon as we get, no matter who I'm driving with, as soon as we get in the spinny tunnel, I'm on the joystick.
You're on the sticks
because I am tracking that robot.
You tracking, and you just aim at him the whole time.
Yep.
Because I know you get a lot of points in there. I don't think anybody's ever been thrown off the Buzz Lightyear ride, but she better watch out because I'm gonna. Yeah, I fuck a hand job. I'm gonna kick her ass. Yeah.
I think
that's my goal going into that ride.
I think that it'll probably even out though with you two because, like you said, we spent a lot of time at Disney. It's kind of like if you're in the woods, like maybe she knows how to hunt, but you know how to read the sky, Moana hand up in the... Because we can... That's my... Like, I could draw a map of Disney World.
Well, so could I.
Yeah.
It's funny, I said that too. I still grab a map every time I walk in. I need a map.
Because that's part of the experience.
Yeah. Like, and that map is glued to me.
Yep.
And... That's every guy in Disney World has a map. It doesn't matter, and this is a funny thing about Disney World. It doesn't matter how many guys are in your party. Could be 5 guys, could be 10 guys. Everybody has a map, and the second you decide to go somewhere, every single guy will pull that map out. Mm-hmm. What's the best? And we know what's the best way to get there. What should we stop somewhere along the way? Every single guy pulls that map out, and he's looking at numbers. He's looking at the chart. He's looking at numbers, looking at the chart.
Yeah. You know what part of that is? I mean, one, it's just you do need that. You're absolutely right. Every guy does have a map of Disney, which is hilarious. But you do need it because you want to just be sure, I guess. I also, because I don't like the look over the shoulder. I don't like when people do it to me, and I don't want to do it to other people, especially when it's like very hot in Disney. I don't want to have to look over you to look at the map. I also don't want to have to take the map out of your hands.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody gets their own map.
Yeah.
That's the way that we've always done it. That's the way it needs to be done.
GYOM, get your own map, boy.
A couple other things about Magic Kingdom. Pro tip, and this is another comparison between Disney and Universal. Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure. You walk in, churro cart. There's like a little bridge that says like Adventure Begins or something like that. Just beyond it, churro cart. Directly in the center. You go that way, you're going to hit Seuss Landing, and then Simpsons and Men in Black area over there. Something else. Marvel or something. Disney World, Orlando, Magic Kingdom, there's one churro cart.
Remaining. There used to be, I feel like there used to be
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it's been years since
there's only been
changed
one,
Yeah.
and it's in
Frontierland. Yeah.
over by the actually kind of like diagonal from the Hall of Presidents. It's in that stretch. So you know how you go
it's where it
you know-
like shifts.
Yeah,
a
so you
little
know how
bit.
you can take that left and there's Splash and Thunder,
Yeah.
but it's a dead end over there.
Yeah.
And then you come back around and go this way, and then the Hall of this is bad already, but yeah, and because what's that restaurant right? Isn't that where
Pecos
Yeah,
Bills?
Pecos Bills is
Yeah.
right on that corner.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's exactly where it is. And so you kind of, yeah. I mean, you have to get there. It's just look. That's the one churro cart. It's worth it. But you know what? A couple times, because when I lived in Orlando, I went there a couple times that year. I'd go to Disney, what is now Disney Springs, all the time. We'll talk about that. I went to Magic Kingdom a couple times, and I tried a turkey leg for the first time when I was like 19. Never had one before, and that's a big thing at Disney World.
Yeah, people love the
the turkey legs. It was terrible. It was there. It was not. It was bad. It was just.
This isn't supposed to be mean.
Not disgusting. It was not good.
But I feel like a lot of people, the people that are going to Disney and like we need the turkey legs, aren't often people who are eating like super fine cuisine, and that's not like offensive at all. It's just like, you know, if you're going to this huge once in a lifetime vacation and you've never been, you're like, I need to try a turkey leg.
The turkey legs were huge, though. Back in the day, they were promoted like a lot. That was kind of a big deal for Disney. Not the case anymore because they suck, but they still sell tons of those. They're moving units of turkey legs.
But you know what it is, too, is people look at those turkey legs and they assume, like, this is the most food I can get for what is a fair price. What's probably $12, I bet, for a turkey leg?
I bet you that's close.
Yeah. I almost think it's 11, but I'm going to go on the higher side because I bet you it's gone up. And it is a pretty big turkey leg. Like if you're going to muck the whole thing, it's a meal. And a lot of time, if you were to go to, say, Pecos Bills and get a burger, fries, and a drink, I mean, that's like an $18 meal right there.
Yeah. And I get why it's
appealing.
appealing.
It's fast. You don't have to wait in line. You don't have to sit down. You know, you can just sit on the curb and smack the shit out of a turkey leg. Your kid can eat a bucket of popcorn, and you're good to go.
I get why people want to eat them. They do smell really good when they're cooking, and it's like a big. It's like, I mean, that's king food, right? That's like a stick of mutton.
Yeah.
In the
like
Game of Thrones,
I'm,
you know?
Like, I'm fucking in charge. I'm in Disney World.
Exactly.
Let's go. Yeah. No, I mean, turkey leg, never a bad play. I've actually never had one myself either because it's kind of gross.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
No, I don't mean the taste. I know. Think about walking around the park all day and you're just manhandling this giant turkey leg that's been sitting in a cart for 4 hours. Not my style. What is my style is, and I don't know if I'm going to fuck this up, confirm. Oh, no, 100%. I have two things to bring up. The ABC Studios restaurant in Hollywood Studios.
The what the fuck do they call that? It's like it starts with a C. It's literally the commissary.
Yeah, the commissary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Top tier. Gotta be there.
Of the Disney restaurants, which because everywhere else same exact thing.
Yeah.
Basically everywhere you go. But yeah, the commissary that for like fast places like
yes,
that.
Because I mean, if you're talking now, we don't do this a lot, but Hollywood Studios, if you're gonna eat food, the drive-in diner is very, very cool. We only did that once, maybe twice.
Yeah.
I had something else. Okay, so back to the snacks, back to churros. You've got the Dole Whip, which I've also never had, but that's like the new turkey leg.
That is
like you have to find the Dole Whip. We know they sell it. We don't know where. And also, again, there is only one churro stand in Hollywood Studios, and it's when you go in and you go to the right, and there's that. It's like there's a really nice actual restaurant there. It's got that green awning.
Yeah.
Right outside, one churro stand. Dole Whip, and now they have the cream cheese filled Mickey Mouse pretzels, sometimes coated in cinnamon as well.
All right, the cinnamon got me on that one.
Those things are fucking amazing.
Really?
You know how you tell that story the year that I was eating a lot at Disney because I was playing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was sucking those things down like it was nobody's business. It's a hot pretzel, like a soft pretzel, and it's stuffed with cream cheese. And that alone, see, it doesn't sound that good.
But it's like that cream cheese kind of frosting, right?
It's a sweet cream cheese. It's not frosting. It's not frosting.
Right,
it's cream
it's still
cheese.
cream cheese, but it's like dessert cream cheese that they'll have with some stuff.
I bet you they just put more sugar in regular cream. It's not,
Probably.
it's not cream cheese frosting. That's not the correct way to describe it. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think we covered. We did a lot of Disney talk. It got me really excited.
Anything Mickey shaped there, I'm usually good for. I love the Mickey pretzels.
I love the Mickey ice cream sandwiches. You start with the ears.
What kind of lunatic would start with the chin?
Start with the ears.
Turn Mickey upside down and then eat him like that.
But you know why you start with the ears? This is me personally, why I start with the ears. Ice cream sandwiches, when they come out of the freezer, are hard as shit. And it's not enjoyable to eat a hard ice cream sandwich, but you also don't want to eat a melty ice cream sandwich. You want the perfect softness. When you're in Florida, if you bought one and said, I'm going to wait till it softens up a little bit, it would be melted before you even got
way
to
too
it.
late.
But the ears, you can one bite. I mean, that's a pretty big bite, but you can one bite the ears off, and they're pretty soft because they're so on the exterior, if that makes sense. It's like the opposite of like the way a ball sack works. So
yeah, now I get what you're saying.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No, not really.
Because
I thought I did, and then you lost. Because
testicles aren't in your body because your body temperature is too warm.
Right.
So that's why they're out to cool them down. Whereas Mickey ears aren't attached to the main part of the ice cream sandwich, and that's the coldest part. The Mickey ears don't stay as cold as the rest of the sandwich. You can take those down.
Yeah.
And by the time you take those down, if you've done it properly, the Mickey Mouse head, I guess at that point, is the perfect softness for an ice cream sandwich.
I thought that's what you were saying, and then you talked about the testicles. And that's not exactly how I would have said it, but that is absolutely correct.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The ears are the testicles of the head.
Mickey's ears are the testicles. Yeah. Only on ice cream sandwiches. It doesn't apply to anything else.
No.
And then I guess lastly, really the big thing here going into this is Hollywood Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, to begin with, it's almost always the big thing because you've got Tower of Terror.
Yeah. Rock and roller coaster.
So I'm going to go on the Tower of Terror this year. I usually don't.
Oh, really?
I do sometimes. Like I have before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not afraid of roller coasters, but the Tower of Terror scares the shit out of me. Did you know that there's like 1 in every 1,000 Tower of Terror rides that does an entire drop from top to bottom? It's like a special ride, and they'll tell you if you're afterwards if you're on it or something like that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I don't know where I saw this, but it literally, like, so you know how when you go up and you can see, but you don't do that all the time?
Yeah.
There's one, like, it doesn't even it happens, like, I don't know if it's once, how often it runs, but it's not everyone, not even close to everyone. And when you go up, you go all the way up, and you go all the way down to the lowest point.
Yeah, because usually if you've never been on it, it is one of those drop rides, and they kind of like drop you a lot, and then they'll drop you a little, and kind of like that. Yo-yo it a little bit, but so now you're going from top to bottom in one go.
Yeah. The scariest shit about that is you never know what drop it's going to be. You come in on this Twilight Zone ass fucking entry.
It's
so cool.
That part of the ride is awesome.
I'm just really excited for Disney World. And this kind of turned into a Disney episode. It wasn't my my original intention.
No. But we really went through it.
But you have to, I mean, people should appreciate this episode.
Yeah, of course. I personally feel that a lot of people will now have this episode as a go-to before their trip to Disney to get the skin.
And just a public service announcement. Don't be giving out hand jobs on rides at Disney World.
And don't take off your shoes.